For decades, so much of marketing has been run on gut feelings and these so-called best practices. But what if I told you that a lot of that is just plain wrong? We're going to dive into an evidence-based approach that really challenges pretty much everything senior managers think they know about how brands actually grow. To really get this, I want you to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Imagine you're the insights director at Colgate. The senior manager for toothpaste practically kicks your door down. She's waving this report around and, well, she is not happy. She slams the report on your desk. The data is just staring you in the face, and honestly, it looks really bad. So take a look at this with me. If you were the expert here, what would you do? What's the plan? All right, first thing you see is market share. Your biggest rival, Crest, has double your share in the US market. Okay, not great, but you kind of knew that already. The real bombshell is what's coming next. So now we look at where Crest's sales are coming from. And wow, a huge chunk comes from their loyals. These are people who buy Crest over and over again. They have an absolutely rock-solid customer base. And here's the kicker. Your brand, Colgate, is the complete opposite. A teeny tiny fraction of your sales are from loyal customers. You're overwhelmingly dependent on switchers, people who just bounce between whatever's on sale. The diagnosis seems obvious, right? You have a massive loyalty problem. So the team gets together and they come up with a plan. And it's straight out of a marketing textbook, right? We need more persuasive ads about our quality. We've got to run ads comparing us to Crest. Let's ramp up the media frequency. And hey, let's find more of those few loyal customers we have. It all sounds perfectly logical. Except it's not logical at all. That whole diagnosis, all the panic, and that entire action plan, it's all based on a complete and fundamental misunderstanding of how marketing actually works. They're wrong. Simple as that. The analysis, the strategy, all of it. Just wrong. And this is really where we get to the heart of the matter. See, according to decades of scientific data, what you're seeing isn't a sick brand. Colgate's loyalty numbers are, well, they're completely normal. In fact, they're predictable for any brand that has half the market share of a competitor. And this is the point that changes everything. Colgate isn't a small brand because it has low loyalty. It has what looks like low loyalty because it's a small brand. You're trying to treat a symptom, not the actual disease. And believe me, this Colgate story is not a one-off. It's just a perfect example of a much, much bigger problem. You could say the marketing profession today operates a bit like medieval medicine. I mean, think about it. For literally thousands of years, the smartest doctors in the world practiced bloodletting. They were well-intentioned, but their ideas were completely untested and, frankly, dangerous. Today, marketers cling to ideas like differentiate or die and this obsession with loyalty, just like those doctors clung to theories about balancing the body's humors. They're well-meaning myths, but they're based on feelings, not facts. So let's put this to the test. Right now, I'm going to ask you a few quick questions about some core marketing beliefs. Just think true or false in your head. Ready? Okay, first one. Differentiating your brand is a vital marketing task. True or false? I mean, this is the cornerstone of pretty much every marketing strategy out there. Next up, customer retention is cheaper than customer acquisition. Come on, we've all heard this one a million times. Is it true or is it false? And finally, the old classic, the 80-20 rule. Do your top 20% of customers really deliver 80% of your sales? True or false? So, how'd you do? Well, according to overwhelming scientific evidence, if you answered true to most of those, your marketing strategy is probably built on a foundation of false assumptions. And these myths, they aren't harmless. They lead to millions in wasted budget and tons of missed opportunities. So if the old way is wrong, then what's the right way? Let's talk about this new worldview, this scientific, evidence-based path to actual growth. The real goal of marketing, it turns out, isn't about persuasion or creating loyalty. It's about building two key things: mental and physical availability. Mental means being easy to think of in a buying situation. Physical means being easy to find and buy. That's it. That's the game. So this is how growth actually happens. It comes from getting many, many more buyers. And get this, most of those new buyers will only buy from you occasionally. Consumers don't really see huge differences between you and your competitors. To them, you're all kind of lookalikes. Growth is simply about being easy to mind and easy to find. This slide just sums it all up perfectly. The entire playbook just gets thrown out. Instead of trying to be different, you just need to be distinctive, easy to recognize. Instead of trying to persuade people, you're just building memory structures. You're not talking to a rational, involved person. You're just trying to get noticed by an emotional, distracted one. It is a complete and total shift in priorities.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Take another look at that past worldview column. Which one of those well-intentioned but ultimately false assumptions is guiding your strategy right now? And how much money is it costing you?